Fantasy Rap
with Austin and Ozzy.
Oh, I just love those boys.
Hey everyone, this is Fantasy Rap, and I'm your host Ozzy.
And I'm your co-host Austin.
You can find us on fantasyrap.com. That is fantasywrap.com. Hey everybody, welcome to week 10 of the fantasy season, and we've got Sutton with us. What a joy. And what are we going to do today?
Peace Fix.
You said it before. So, did you watch the game last night?
No.
No? Usually you watch the game.
Ah!
Huh. So, the Raiders played against the Broncos. So, I'm going to let you choose who your dad and I talk about. Who should we talk about? The Broncos. You're on a winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that they won last night? You didn't know that, did you? Thank you for covering.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Okay. Can you say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
So, as you saw, Sutton picked the Denver Broncos. Ugly game last night.
Yeah, I didn't. I think a lot of people just decided to not tune in and watch it. So
Yeah, I had better things to do, which was look at the backs of my eyelids.
Yeah.
Looking at this, you had 143 passes out of Geno Smith and 150 out of Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
You had 60 yards rushing out of Genty and 77 out of Dobbins. I mean, no offense.
Yeah.
It was just, It was horrible. I mean, Nix was 16 of 28, barely over 50%, 150 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, I saw both of the picks were by the same guy apparently.
Okay.
For the Raiders, so he had a good game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the defenses must have played well.
Yeah, you could have had,
I think there were
Raiders
seven or eight sacks on Geno Smith.
Yeah, the Broncos defense their front line is really, really good. I think I had heard before last night's game, as a team, they had like 40-something sacks.
Wow.
Just as a team, the next closest, I don't remember what team it was, but they had 28. So, yeah, they're doing something right on the defense side because they've been a good defense for the last couple seasons.
And they've been doing all right offensively, but they didn't last night.
They'll have games like this. I mean, Bo Nix is, I'm glad I ended up trading him. I got Nix and I got Tyler Warren back, so...
You got Nix?
No, I traded Bo Nix. Yeah, I kept Daniel Jones, and now I've got the Tyler Warren stack. But, yeah, I mean, he's notoriously this season, he's been very slow start. I mean, you look at the Giants game where they put up, 40 or
33 in the last quarter, in the fourth quarter,
yeah. So, I mean, it's, I don't know what's going on because some weeks, like I said, they look, like, a contender, and, their defense will carry them in games. But, I mean, when you win, what's the final score? Is like 10-7,
10-7.
Against the Raiders, I mean, that's...
Yeah, the Raiders aren't supposed to be that good of a team.
Yeah, so...
And yet, they at least hung with them and actually scored first. And so then moving on, we had Dobbins had 18 rushes for 77 yards and then 1 catch for 7 yards. I mean, just up and down. If you've only got 220 or so yards of offense, there's just not much going on.
Yeah.
Bryant was 1 catch on 2 targets for 43 yards. Tony Franklin, who is... Troy, why do I keep calling him Tony? Troy Franklin has pretty much surpassed Sutton as the top target on that team.
Yep.
5 catches on 9 targets, 40 yards, and the only touchdown, where Sutton was 3 catches, 4 targets, 24 yards. I mean, it's just... Go ahead.
At the trade deadline, was there any wide receivers that were moved? I feel like it was just running backs, or not running backs.
No, mostly cornerbacks
players
and defensive linemen and
I feel like there was.
Jacoby
Myers and Rashid Shaheed.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that Denver didn't go out and try. At
But
least
why?
there wasn't.
I mean, they've still got Mims, and they've got. I mean, I don't think they have any.
None of these guys. They're kind of like Green Bay. They feel like where they're, Cortland Sutton can be in a game, can be a top, a top receiver.
Yeah.
Can be. He's shown it before. He can do it, but for whatever reason this year it's just not trained. He did catch last year. He was really good fantasy wise, but he caught so many touchdowns.
He also, he was targeted a ton of times last year. And he must be getting, drawing the main coverage and just not getting open or something, or Nix isn't looking his way as much because he went to college with Tony.
With Franklin. And Pat Bryant's been getting a little more involved over only 2 targets, but again, in a really down game. Nix only threw only 28 passing attempts feels low, especially for that low scoring of a game, but like I said, Denver, they can have weeks like this where the offense just looks absolutely horrible and Bo Nix looks bad, and obviously it hurts everybody else. So
Yep. Hey everybody, we're back. We've got our picks of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So CBS says that the top 5 QBs are Josh Allen, Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, and Jared Goff. I'm going to go Lamar Jackson at Minnesota. Had a decent, but
your picks are they feel like cheating.
Oh.
They feel like cheating.
Why?
We'll see the rest of them, but it feels like cheating.
Well, none of these were selected.
I know.
I don't quite get it.
CBS.
I don't know why a Lamar Jackson versus Minnesota after a decent comeback last week isn't, Minnesota's defense is not that good.
Yeah.
So
haven't been that good in a couple weeks.
Right. So it's possible that he puts up a decent number.
Mm-hmm.
So
probable. Yeah.
You're just mad because I get to pick before you.
That's true. Yeah, I'm retired and I'm at work and
Yeah. I put all the stuff together.
That's true.
So I get to choose.
Yeah, Lamar, that's no brainer if you're able to pick him as your start. He looked great in the game last week, and and against Minnesota, that's one where if McCarthy can, he didn't like we talked about. He didn't have a whole lot of yardage, but he had the touchdowns. He was very efficient with his passes.
Right.
But
it could turn into an interesting game.
It could, but Baltimore's defense has been playing much better the last 2 weeks than they were previous. So,
right.
If McCarthy comes out and has a rookie game, game, it could get out of hand fast, and you're going to see Derrick Henry with, 30 touches. So,
right. And of course, I'm playing J.J. McCarthy in one of my leagues because, I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's a, Mahomes is on bye, so I had to pick up in a 16-team league.
Yeah.
Anyone I could.
Yeah.
I picked him up last week.
He's starting Davis Mills this week.
Yeah, no.
So, my start's going to be Matt Stafford.
That was my second choice.
Yep, yeah. Against San Francisco. The San Francisco defense has been kind of bottom of the league against the pass, and Puka's good to go, so it's like he'll be full go, and obviously Devontae's been very good this year, catching a lot of touchdowns.
And I see you have Devontae.
Yep, I stacked.
He was my other choice for that too.
Yeah, he stacked. It's very frustrating having Kyron Williams on both Yahoo leagues when they get down to the inside the 3-yard line and they throw touchdowns instead of hand it off to a guy who had a 15-game streak of a touchdown. Very frustrating, but it is what it is. Devontae's always been really, really good around the goal line, and they're using that to their advantage. So, Stafford, Devontae, Puka this week they're all gonna have huge games.
Yeah,
so
I agree. Yeah, that should be which is interesting that we talk about it like that because San Francisco used to be known for their defense.
Yeah, well, when you have to sacrifice a player every week to keep, whatever crossroads deal Christian McCaffrey made this year to stay healthy, you can start running out of people.
I guess.
I mean, his own brother broke his, not even on the team.
Yeah.
They had to sacrifice him so he could stay healthy.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, and there have been a ton
Yeah.
of injuries this year.
Mm-hmm.
Big injuries. And, it's surprising that one of them hasn't been McCaffrey.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
last year he played,
With
a game and a half?
yeah, the usage he's had this season, and again, San Fran's, they're winning games.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, and they've
him
had...
And then with Mac Jones. And,
Right.
you
And
know,
they've had really no receiving.
Mm-hmm.
Kittle's been out. Ayuk has been injured. They just...
Jennings has been in and
Right,
out.
in and out,
Pearsall hasn't hardly played this
Right.
season.
So it's just one of those, they almost have to rely on him to have any chance.
Yep.
So moving on, we have our running backs, Jonathan Taylor. Gee, there's no question. Christian McCaffrey, James Cook, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane. I'm going to go with Rico Dowdle versus New Orleans since he is now without an injury designation,
Yeah, good to go.
which is sad for me because I've got Chuba Hubbard in my 32-year league. So, but
Yeah.
Rico should run wild against them if he's truly in decent shape.
Yeah, I mean, he made the Green Bay defense look horrible,
Yeah.
last week, and that's kind of been our MO this season, has been being very good against the run.
Yeah.
So, he's...
Well, and he had back-to-back 200-plus yard
yeah,
games.
he's the biggest chip you could have on your shoulder after the Cowboys let him go, let him walk.
Oh, yeah.
And then they bring in Javonte, who has had a good season,
Right.
but, he's like, I rushed for over 1,000 last year, a handful of touchdowns, and you guys let me walk for, a guy who was, really, Javonte was horrible in Denver last year.
Well, returning from an injury.
I thought that was his second year removed. For
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe
but
it was.
either way, did not look good in Denver last year. So, he's a little PO'd and he's playing like it. So,
Yep.
So it was gonna be a confident start of the week. I was gonna go with Henderson against Tampa because Ramondre is out.
Oh,
They
okay.
ruled him out. Kayshon Boutte has been ruled out.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So, and Tampa, that's another defense that has been known for their, being good against the run because you got, Vita Vea in the middle there, just,
Big man.
swallowing,
Big man.
plugging holes and stuff. So,
Swallowing three defenders at a...
yeah. So, I still like Henderson. I am playing him in my the main Yahoo league in my flex because it's between Henderson, Parker Washington, or Christian Watson. So if Ramondre's out, based
Well,
on
Washington's good. Who was the last one you said?
Parker Washington,
No, the last
Christian
one.
Watson.
Christian Watson. He's good for at least one long pass.
Yeah,
reception.
he's still he's tagged questionable, but that's because he's still
But he only gets 2 catches.
that's the thing. And I think,
granted, one's 54 yards.
yes. So to me, it really came down. I picked up Parker Washington, and Brian Thomas Jr. has now been ruled out, but that's they're playing Houston, so that's a tough matchup. Right. So I'll take Henderson against Tampa. But my true start of the week that I'm going with is Quinshon Judkins against New York, who just sold the 2 best players on their defense.
Yep. And benched the third,
Who did they bench?
Quincy Williams.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know they benched him.
Yeah, Quincy found out after the 2 trades that he had been demoted to second string.
Oof, wow. So Judkins, has been really good this year, and they use him a lot. And did he miss the week prior to the bye? He either missed it or got injured early in that game. I don't remember.
I don't recall.
But he's full go, ready to go. He should have I
Monster.
think he's going to have a monster game this week. So.
Yeah. Next up, we've got our wide receivers. CBS says Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Puka Nakua, Drake London, Emeka Egbuka. I'm going Justin Jefferson. I don't know why he's not in there. Possibly because JJ McCarthy, but much like you get the ball to Chase, you get the ball to Justin Jefferson, and I think he's going to have a big game. I mean,
Yeah,
they still struggle on coverage.
Yeah, and
Baltimore
JJ
does.
had a good game last day. It wasn't amazing, but it was, it was a solid week with JJ. So, I'm sure that's probably, O'Connell's a very smart head coach. So I'm sure that's probably a big emphasis is, get it to your playmakers and especially if Aaron Jones, he's banged up with the AC joint, even if he plays through it, that's going to limit his pass catching.
Did he just do that?
Yeah, that was last week. Yeah. So, but they said it's something that he could potentially play through. So.
And he had actually a very good week last week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I like that. Like I said, it just feels like cheating with your picks. I mean, we kind of already talked about mine. It's Devontae Adams against San Francisco.
who I was looking at.
Yep. Like I said, used all over the field. In the intermediate, the short, bombs on the goal line.
A lot inside.
Yes.
I mean, inside the 5,
Yeah.
he's got several, or at least a couple, 3 touchdowns.
The week where Puka missed, he had 3 touchdowns, and 2 of them were from the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
So, they use him everywhere,
Well,
and they're clicking because it's one of those situations where it's who do you double. Who do you roll coverage to?
Right.
They're
going to make sure that they stop the easy run from 1 yard out.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do that, let's run a pass play.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, just in general.
Yeah.
Are you going to roll coverage to Puka's side, or are you going to roll to Devontae? Who are you going to let kill you?
Yeah.
Basically. So that's hard as on a defense to cover. So
It is.
Yeah.
Agreed. Moving on to our tight ends. Tyler Warren, Dalton Kincaid are on to Gadsden II, George Kittle, Harold Fannin Jr. I'm going Trey McBride at Seattle.
He wasn't the top.
I don't know, but
especially with Kyler going on IR.
Yeah. I mean,
Which
I
essentially
expect
it's just convenient they were able to bench him for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
well, especially after Coach came out and said, he's our guy. We're gonna, and then all of a sudden,
it was a very convenient foot injury.
Well,
there was some rumor saying that it could get worse if he plays on it.
Yeah.
It's just very convenient.
If it's kind of like the Packers, if they want to try out Haversack for the next 4 weeks, I would put our kicker on.
Kyler's the better quarterback than Brissett, but Brissett's the offense runs better with Brissett in Arizona.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not a big Kyler fan, but I'm a big Trey McBride.
The upside's there with Kyler because he's got the rushing and stuff, but a lot of the observations with Kyler is that since he got injured those 2 years ago or whatever, 3 years ago, he just plays afraid. He won't stand in the pocket. Granted, he can't see.
Right. I mean, when you're 5'2", you can't even see over the little back.
Even when he scrambles, he's looking.
How tall
down.
is he?
Kyler, he's got to be at least probably. I mean, it's one of those where like if you watch the NBA, you look at Steph Curry and you're like, that dude's 5'10". Steph Curry is almost 6'4".
Yeah.
It's just everybody else is gigantic.
Yeah. They showed that the new. Is it a college basketball player who's 7'9"?
Yeah.
And there was a 6'8" guy standing next to him looking up like, this is what 7'9" looks like when you're 6'8".
Yeah.
6'8".
Yeah. I saw there was a clip, one of his stretching warm-ups is he palms the basketball and he stands, puts his arm up and holds the ball at the bottom of the rim. And his arm's still bent a little bit, and that's how he stretches his shoulders.
Yeah, I had that problem too. Oh, wait. That's when I lowered it to 7 feet.
On the little tykes.
Exactly. Yeah, I was kneeling at the little tykes. But I expect, at least 10, 12 targets at McBride.
You got a much higher chance of a touchdown with Brissett back there for McBride.
Yeah.
I think, what was it? Last year, McBride had 2 touchdowns. He's had 3. That was all season last year for McBride, was 2 touchdowns. And then this year, in the 2 weeks that Brissett has played, he's had 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, these things just fell to me.
Yeah, fell to you. Yeah, like I said, there's no way McBride shouldn't be the number 1 on that list.
Right.
But yeah, that Seattle will probably get out to a lead or at least be in the lead most of that game, so they're going to have to throw the ball all over. Marv has been much better since
He
Brissett has been
had a
there,
great
more of
week
threat,
last week.
obviously, so that takes some pressure off of McBride.
Right.
So, I started going Dallas Goedert against Green Bay.
Because Green Bay is so good at covering tight ends.
Yes, even when our defense is playing, at an elite level, we're still bad against tight end. And Dallas Goedert, they use him all over. He's frustratingly so for the Saquon manager. He had that game a couple weeks ago where they had like two of those like little shovel pitch passes where he was
Cut back toward the
in
middle.
the slot and cut in, and they just pitched it, and he slipped right in for the touchdown. So, and then he can also post huge yardage games. A couple weeks ago, he had that one where he had like 130 something yards and a touchdown. So he's a big part of their offense, and I don't know for sure if AJ Brown. It sounds like he said he was hoping to play this week.
I think he's in,
So,
but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, if he were to miss, obviously that boosts Devonta Smith and Goddard, but I think that actually helps Goddard more than it helps Smith if AJ Brown misses. So
I agree. Moving on to our love 'em, flip 'em, leave 'em, and I chose Jalen Waddle, Drake London, and AJ Brown. A week or so ago, they were based on points so far in the year. They were pretty much even. Mm-hmm. I don't see them as pretty much even.
No.
I would love Drake London. Has the and the interesting thing here is that AJ Brown has been hurt for 3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Or two in the bye.
I thought he only missed one before the bye.
I thought it was two, but I don't. I'm not positive, but so I'm loving London. I'm flipping Brown, and I'm leaving Waddle.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, London, obviously we can see what happens when he gets, the majority of targets from Penix is he has monster games. Like he had, last week with the 3 touchdowns.
And he's such a strong receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, he's a big guy.
Yep.
Who, I mean, when he puts his hand on the ball, like I had mentioned in a previous one where he had that 2 touchdown game or whatever, reaches his hand across and someone goes to swat at it, and you aren't knocking that out of his hand. Not easily.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, so he's, and Penix hopefully will continue to get better, if they decide to stick with him next season. Obviously, we saw Kirk Cousins, and it was absolutely horrible, so I think that career is pretty much done. The exception would be if Penix were to get injured and miss a game or two. But yeah, him and Bijan are the 2 guys there. Obviously Pitts gets involved, but London is far and away, the number 1 receiving option on that team. Yeah. So, and then AJ Brown, I mean, it still holds the trade value, the name.
Right.
Can have the huge games. It's just tough because
so many miles.
Yep, because Jalen Hurts also sometimes decides he doesn't like to throw the football. So
or can't.
That's true. So, a lot of miles there, but Brown still holds that value. And Waddle can have good games, but it's a Tua issue. It's not a Jalen Waddle issue. Well, Tua and the coach, they're just... I think both of those guys are going to be done in Miami after the season, and I think
surprise me.
Waddle's going to get stuck there unless he says, I ain't playing for you, get me out of here.
Oh, so. Yeah, and maybe a decent trade comes along and they pick up a quarterback who can... I mean, and it was funny because weren't they...
With their record, they might have a good shot at getting one of the top quarterbacks in the draft this year.
True. I do want to mention one thing before we go, which was the sad news yesterday about Marshawn Kneeland.
Oh, yeah.
It's sad when, someone who we see as having so much potential and so much going for them is having such a hard time.
Yeah, he recovered that blocked kick for that touchdown last week against Arizona, so probably one of the highest highs of his life there, and but
just I mean, it can be a struggle.
Mhm.
It really can. So, you know, our condolences to the family, and hopefully, you know, it would be nice if people would reach out, say, hey man, I'm having problems, give me a hand, help me out, whatever it is, you know, just call your friends, whatever it takes. So otherwise, that's all we've got for this week. I'm Ozzy.
And I'm Austin.
Have a great week.
See you.